Hi friends, welcome to the channel Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. Ashish here, and today I'll be covering a Sudoku variant called Extra-Region Sudoku. Now this Sudoku was constructed by me for the patrons of my Patreon page Enthralling Sudoku, where I send 20 classics and 20 variants plus some bonus Sudokus every month to all my patrons. So this was one of the variants that I had sent in May 2022, where this Sudoku was quite a difficult one. Many people actually got stuck in this Sudoku, and I got a request on how to solve this Sudoku, what was the proper way to solve this variant, right? So I thought of covering a video on this one. And if you are really interested in checking out my Patreon page, I will add the link in the description below. You can check the Patreon page where I send 20 classics, 20 variants and plus some bonus Sudokus to all my patrons for a month, right? So every month, I mean to say. And before going to this Sudoku, I would also like to say that we have started our Patreon page of Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. So myself and Kishore have done a really hard work of more than 650 videos for past 2 years, and all of these videos are you can see on our YouTube channel Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. So we have started a Patreon page, and if you are really if you think that we are doing good, please do support us on Patreon page. I'll add the link in the description below for Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles, right? And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and if at all you have a request for any Sudoku variant or a puzzle genre, let us know in the comment below and we'll surely make a video on it. And now coming on to this Sudoku, so yeah, so I'll just brief you with the rules here. Classic Sudoku rules apply. Apart from that, so classic Sudoku rules are 1 to 9 in each row, each column, and 3 into 3 box without repetition. Apart from that, there are 4 regions with 9 cells each, right? This is one of the region, this is second, this is third, and this is fourth. So each region also will have numbers from 1 to 9, right? So there will be no repetition in the regions as well. And very simple rules will start solving this puzzle. So those who haven't tried this Sudoku, I would highly recommend you to please try this Sudoku yourself and then check for the video on how to solve this Sudoku easily, right? Now I'll just start the Sudoku. The first thing is seeing all these rows and columns which has only few digits left that can be filled easily. So as you can see, a 9 would have to be here. Okay, sorry, I'll just do with the blue here. Yeah, so 9 would have to be here, right? And these 2 digits are 5 and 8 in any order, right? So this cell would have to be 5 because 5 in this row will have to be here, and these 2 digits are 1 and 8 in any order, right? This digit would have to be 3, and these 2 digits are 1 and 9 in any order, and you have 1, 8 and 9 in any order, right? And of course because of the 9 here, you cannot have a 9 here, I'm sorry, right? So we have done the basic part of this Sudoku here. The next thing I would say is yeah, so in this region, where can a 3 come in this region, right? So you cannot have a 3 here, you cannot have a 3 here. Yeah, you cannot have a 3 here because of this 3 here. So a 3 in this region would only have one place to go, and that we have written here, right? So which means 3 would have to be in these 2 cells in this region. I can use the corner pencil marks for better keeping track of the digits here, right? And now what would I do is, so the most important part in this Sudoku was, so usually in any variant you will have to look the pattern in which the Sudoku is constructed, how author would have thought of it, right? So in this Sudoku, the pattern that I used is, let me just mark it here. I'll let you know that what is the pattern here. Before that, I would want to show you a very narrow logic here, quite different logic here in this Sudoku. So if you see this region, of course, right, in this box, where can a 9 be? So of course 9 cannot be in any of these 3 cells, 9 cannot be here. 9 would have to be in one of these 3 cells. What happens if 9 is in one of these 2 cells? Of course in this region, what happens if you have a 9 here? So what happens if I write a 9 in one of these 2 cells? The moment I do that, this row has only one place for the 9 to go, and it would be this cell, and that will make this region have 2 9s. Already you have a 9 in one of these 2 cells, and Because of the classic Sudoku rules, a 9 would have to be in this cell, which means this region will have 2 9s and you will miss 1 digit. There will be 1 digit that cannot be that will not be appearing in this region, right? Which is not possible. According to the extra region Sudoku, each region would have digits from 1 to 9, right? The shaded cells, which means 9 cannot be in any of these two cells, 9 cannot be here, and this cell would have to be a 9 now, right? So this cell cannot be a 9. Nice logic, superb. So the same thing will work with other digit as well. What happens if you have 1 or 8 in any of these 3 cells? Let us assume you have a 1 in one of these 3 cells. What happens is you will have a 1 here, right? In this row, if you have a 1 in one of these 3 cells, in this row you will have 1 here, which means that region will have 1 twice, of course. So which means you cannot have 1 or 8 in any of these 3 cells. It works with the 8 as well. So which means 1 and 8 would have to be here. These 3 digits are 2, 5 and 6. So you got a 2, 5, 6 triplet at the start of this Sudoku. A really difficult one, quite complicated, I would say narrow logic, but purely logical. It is possible to see this kind of logics. Something new, I would say. And now coming on to this, the pattern that I was talking about. The pattern is, I'll just mark all the 4 digits that would be appearing in these 4 cells in the boxes here, right? Let me mark those here. These 4 cells would have to be 1, 2, 3 and 7, right? These 4 cells have to be 3, 4, 8 and 9. No, not 8, 7 and 9, right? 3 cannot be in any of these 2 cells. 3, 4, 7 and 9. These are 5, 6, 7 and 8. Of course, yeah. So I have marked all these 4 digits. Now the pattern that I was talking about is what digits can be here in these cells, right? So whatever digit you have here in these cells, so of course I'll say you, whatever digit you have here cannot be with one of these 4 digits inside that box, right? So if I take this cell, that cell is adjacent to the box here with these 4 candidates, right? So this cell cannot be 1, 2, 3 or a 7. So the moment you have this cell as 1 cannot be in any of these 2 cells, and 1 will again appear in the region, in the shaded region of the same region, right? Which means that region will have 2 1s. So which means none of these cells will have the digits that is appearing near to that box. So this cell cannot be 3, 4, 7 or 9. This cell also cannot be 3, 4, 7 or 9. This cell cannot be 1, 2, 3, 7. So it works with all of these 8 cells, right? Now why I wanted to specify this, because the logic that we are going to use actually requires this pattern to be seen. Now if you see here, 1, 2, 3 cannot be here, 4 can be possible, 5, 6 is not possible, 7 is not possible, 8 and 9, right? 4, 8 and 9. Same way 1, 2, 3, 7 is not possible, 9 is also not possible. So 4, 5, 6, 8, right? 8 is also not possible because of the 1, 8 pair here. So we can eliminate 1 from these 2 cells as well. Same way I can mark these cells, okay? So let us see, 1, 2, 5, 6 and 8. 2 and 8 is not possible, so 1, 5 and 6, right? 1, 2, 5, 6, 8, 5, 6, 1, 2 and 8, right? Actually I just wanted this cell to be written because that is where we get the next part of the Sudoku to be played, the next logic to be played. And if you see here, I just wanted this cell to be marked, because now where can you have a 2, 5, 6 in this column? Why did I select 2, 5 and 6? Let me show you. Because this region already has a 2, 5, 6 pair, triplet, I am sorry. 2, 5, 6 triplet is already marked in this region, which means none of these 4 cells can be 2, 5 and 6. And the moment we eliminated 2 from this cell, because of 2 being in one of these 4 cells, there are only 3 cells that can have 2, 5, 6, and it's a hidden triplet here. This cell cannot be a 5. So you already got a hidden triplet in column 4, 2, 5, 6 triplet here. Because of the 2, 5, 6 triplet we have marked in this region, these cells cannot be 2, 5, 6. Because of the 2 that we have eliminated from this cell, you have only 2, 5, 6 hidden triplet in this column. The moment you get that, this Sudoku has one more excellent logic and you can solve this Sudoku easily now. Let me show you one of my favorite logics again. Whatever number you have in this cell, right? This cell is 489 candidate, right? Whatever number you have in this cell, this region will have that number in this cell, right? So if you have a 4 here, 4 in this region would have to be here. If you have 8 here, 8 in this region would have to be here. And if you have a 9 here, 9 would have to be here. Which means whatever you have here would have to be here, and this cell can only be 4, 8 and 9. You already have a 9 here and 1 8 triplet here, which means 1 8 pair here, which means 8 and 9 is eliminated and this cell can only be 4. Which means the other cell also would have to be 4. And that actually helps you solve this Sudoku. What an excellent Sudoku this is, guys. So I really love constructing this Sudoku. And you eliminate 4 from this cell, you eliminate 4 from these cells as well, right? And which means 4 in this, okay, so you have a 4 here, 4 here, 4 in this box would have to be here, which means 4 in this box would have to be here, which means you get a 4 here in this box. This eliminates 4 from this cell. You have a 7 9 triplet here, so this cell becomes a 3 here, eliminates 3 from this cell. 7 and 9 eliminates 7 from this cell, right? Excellent. I really love the logic with the force and with the pattern that I have seen, and the most important thing was 2 5 6 triplet here. That was the main thing that helped to solve this Sudoku, right? So now this Sudoku becomes quite easily solvable, but let's see if you are able to solve this again. So yeah, so these, okay, you have a 4 here. 7 and 9, 4, 3, 5, 6, 8, 1, 8, okay. Yeah, so where can a 9 be in this box now? You already have a 7, 9 pair here. 9 cannot be in any of these shaded regions. 9 cannot be here. So this cell would have to be a 9. That gives you a 7 and a 9 here. That eliminates 7 from this cell. So 2 and 1. That eliminates 2 from this cell and 1 from this cell. So you have a 3 7 pair here, right? And this 1 and 2 gives you an 8 here. That gives you 5 and an 8 here, right? And which means these 3 cells are 1 2 and 6, right? So this is 1 2 1 2 6, and this 5 eliminates 5 from this cell. So this is 1 6. So you have a 1 2 6 triplet in this region as well. You have 8 5 4 9 7. So this cell would have to be a 3. The only possible place for 3 in that region, right? That 3 should give you a 3 in one of these 2 cells, right? But you already have a 3 7 pair here in this region, so this cell cannot be a 3. That gives you a 3 in this cell, 7 in this cell and a 3 in this cell, right? And which means you eliminate 2 from this cell as well because of the 2 here, okay? So 9 1 3 7 4, 2 5 6 and 8. 8 cannot be here, so this cell would have to be 8. This cell would have to be 5 and 6. So you have a 5 6 pair here in this region, so this cell would have to be a 2. That gives you a 6 here, 5 here, and eliminate 6 from this cell. So 1 2 pair gives you a 6 here. That gives you a 5 here and a 6 here, and that gives you a 7 here. That 6 eliminates 6 from this cell. That gives you a 6 here. Eliminates 6 from these 2 cells, right? This cell would have to be a 1. The only the only digit remaining was 1 here. That gives you a 2 and a 1 here. And 7 in this box will have to go in this cell, which means 7 in this box will have to be in one of these 2 cells, right? Okay. These 2 cells are 6 and 2 and 9, right? So this cell would have to be 9, this cell would have to be 2, and these 2 cells are 1 and 5, right? So that can be in any order. And the moment you get a 5 in this region, 5 eliminates from these 3 cells, so this cell becomes a 5 now. That gives you a 8 here, 6 here and a 7 here, right? That 5 gives you a 2 and a 5 here. Okay, this 5 gives you 1 and a 5 here. That one would give you a 8 and a 1 here, right? And this should be easy now. 1 2 3 6 8 and 9 here. So this cell would have to be 6, 9 and 8. That 8 gives you a 1, 8, 1, 9 and a 1, and that should give you a 9 in this cell, 7 here, and these two cells are 2 and 8 in any order, so this would have to be 8, and that gives you a 2 here. And with that we complete this gorgeous, excellent extra region Sudoku, right? So it was a really good one. Those who have solved it actually appreciated the logic in this Sudoku. I really thank all of them. And if at all you are really looking forward to such Sudoku variants, I would highly recommend you to please subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel and as well as the Patreon page and Enthralling Sudoku, and please do support us on the YouTube channel as well. Please do subscribe to the channel and please support us on patreon.com named Unshackling Sudokus. So we have a Patreon page of Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles on patreon.com. I'll add the link in the description below as well. So please do support us on that as well, right? So thank you and hope to see you soon. Thank you.